Hello folks, hope you're doing well. It's 10:50 PM. Yeah. So, yes, it's been a warm day. Yeah. Well, it has, it's been quite warm and sticky, but there you go, it's what it is. Yeah. Not too bad really, when you think about it. So, going from the last one, or going from the ones I've done recently, what was just in my mind just now was talking about the fact that when it comes down to it, if you think about what I've been saying recently, and yeah, not what I've done every time, but I've tried to, is point to the Father. Yeah. Well, as I said, the reason is because who knows you better? I mean, really, you could take everyone that's ever met you, bring them all into a hall, including your parents, your brothers, your sisters, yourself, and your pastor, every friend you've ever met, and all the amounts of knowledge that they would have about you put together is nothing compared to what God knows about you. Nothing compared. I mean, that's your knowledge including theirs about you. Yeah. So why is it then when you go to a church and you have a problem, why do they point you to the pastor? Why don't they point you directly to God? I mean, that's a fair question, isn't it? It's one that has to be asked, and it's one that you should be asking inside of your church. I mean, to me, the answer, it has to come back to Catholicism, where anything you need, you go to the priest, and the priest then tells you what you need to do. The pastor is the priest, really. It's the Christian version of Catholicism, isn't it? The Catholic way. So, yeah. But as I say, it's completely stupid because that person doesn't know you in any way, shape or form. That person is not qualified in any way, shape or form to give you any advice at all based on what they know about you and based upon what they know about what you need. Oh, they have no idea. I mean, anyone who thinks these people do know, come on. Clearly and totally, they have no way of knowing. Not at all. Absolutely no. Well, how could they? Not well, unless God tells them. And look at the evidence. Look at the fruit. Do you think these people hear from God? Look at the fruit. Yeah, I mean, can I say that I do brilliantly well in that way? No, but that's why I'm saying to people, don't come to me. Don't come to me. If I'm ever at any point in the future saying to people or advising people to tell people to come to me, it's like, no. If you've got problems in your life, you should really be going to Father. Yeah, if people are directing someone to someone else, then, okay, direct them to me and I'll direct them to Father. That's no problem. I do that. But that's the only reason to direct people to me. Yeah. There's no other reason at all. Not at all. The only reason, the only possible reason is because of what that does. Because it's about directing people to the one who knows and understands you. So why is it that directing people to Yeshua didn't work? Because who did he tell us to go to? Father. When you're directing people to the Son, you're disobeying him anyway. Because at no point in time did he say, oh, direct people to me. Yeah, when you pray, finish your prayer with saying it's in my name. He didn't do any of that at all. He didn't say give the glory to me, did he? Any glory given to him has to be given by the Father. That's the only glory he's going to want. What's given to him by the Father. We are supposed to give all the glory to Father. Why? Because, as I said, according to John 3:16, who sent the Son? Well, that was God. And if it was the Son saying that, he was referring to Father. So Father sent the Son to die for you because he wanted relationship with you. So that was always the plan. Always the plan. It didn't start being the plan because the Jewish people couldn't make it. That God was really looking at them saying, go on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, they couldn't do it. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, Yeshua, we've got to come up with another plan now. We did hope that they could do it, but they didn't, did they? No. It was always a plan. It was... Yeah, the plan was for Adam and Eve to sin. Why? Because people had to choose. People had to choose. If there was no sin ever in the world, people wouldn't be choosing God. They wouldn't be choosing to have a relationship with God, would they? They would be just having the relationship with God because there would be nothing else. So there would have been sin because it was always about choice. It was always about free will, that we had the choice to choose. But it was also always about God saying to his people, which is all of us, all people are his people, about saying to all his people that I love you. Yeah, I gave my Son to die for you because I love you, because your sin was getting in the way of a relationship with me, and now your sin is covered. Well, as I say, I mean, the way we do things at times is if we sort of act as if Adam and Eve sinned and they disobeyed God, and God didn't plan that. God wasn't aware that God was sort of looking for them and being really surprised that he couldn't find them. He wasn't really surprised that he couldn't find them. Yeah, you can't think God is all knowing, but then God didn't know. All knowing then didn't know doesn't make any sense, does it, really? You know? Well, that's what I said to people. Yeah, I mean, one thing that's good to do, it might not be the key necessarily for you, but it was for me, is to ask Father, who are you and who am I? Because, you know, we need to understand who Father is. We need to understand his nature, because without us having his nature, we can't be of any use to anyone. Well, because we can't. And look at the reality. Are we being of any use to anyone right now? The answer is no, we're not. Are we? Not really. So, yeah. That's why it's a point of pointing to Father. Well, and that's why I was quite peed off. Look, come on. If you go back to previous times, I would be advertising Casting Crowns as one of the best groups that was, doing what God wanted. Yeah, but every single one of their songs talks about Jesus, and it's all about Jesus. Doesn't mention Father in any way, shape or form. So of course, when I then understood myself, it's supposed to be about Father, I'm looking at their songs thinking, oh, for goodness sake. Really? I used to like those songs. Now I know that they're misguided. I know that these people weren't, but they were doing what God wanted. Because when people were focused purely on Son, they still needed some music. So Casting Crowns did a good job of providing that. But it does sort of spoil it a bit for me now. But as I say, that proves that only very, very recently, I was completely on board with that. It's all about Yeshua. It's only very, very recently that my understanding changed. That really was, I suppose, where it was confirmed. What was the point? It was confirmed. Well, I'm not sure if I could even say confirmed, because it's probably one of the first times really that I started to understand it as we are sons. Because I didn't start my journey with regards to looking at, what's his name again? Bloody hell. I mentioned him the other day. Lordy. Anyway, that bloke who spoke about all this sort of stuff. I didn't start looking into him until afterwards, and that was Rob and Bianca that pointed me onto him. So it was really when God said that the Word is the guidebook leading you to a relationship with Father. It's like, wow, okay. I mean, I was completely blown over by that myself. So, I'm not going to try and pretend in any way, shape or form that that's an easy thing to accept. Especially when you made it all about Son for all those years. But But it is interesting. Yeah. Well, I've said before, I don't know exactly what's going to happen moving forwards. I have no idea. What about anything right now? Because, because even my situation's sort of halted. Around about the beginning of July really. Once God said rest, that was it really. I mean, my movement slowed down massively. So what's going to happen moving forwards, I don't know. And how things are going to happen, I don't know. But it's going to be very interesting. And as I say, I'm not concerned in any way, shape or form with regards to all of that. Well, because if I'm trusting in Father, then I'm trusting in Father, and I understand He's got it under control. I don't need to worry. if he wants me to be part of it, then he will make sure I am, and hopefully he will make sure I do a good job of whatever he wants me to do. And more than that I can't really say. So it's all good. It is indeed. And as I say, it's been a very good day actually. Not bad at all. So there you go. You take care. God bless. I will speak to you soon. And I wish you well for the rest of the week. Take care. Bye bye.